Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Previously On via the Rewatch Recap channel on YouTube. I am Dustin, and with me today are Megan and George from No Season 2 podcast, a podcast where they watch a show that didn't get a season 2. Basically right there in the name. So you should check it out because they're fun to listen to. They do great recaps, they do great commentary, and give you information for back in the day when the show originally aired, and it's great. So welcome, Megan and George. How you guys doing?
Hey
there. I'm
doing
great.
good.
Yeah. I got nothing. It's like, no, we're super excited to be here. So as you can tell,
I know. I kind of like I put on my like radio DJ thing going on, like, all right, Rocky 101, yeah, right here, new season 2, Anyway, so we film the weekend before the show debuts, which is the Friday. So, FYI, if anything happened during this week that we don't know about, then it's not going to show up until next time, probably. So,
okay.
Just keep that in mind.
Okay.
And we'll let you know if there's any spoilers that are going to be coming forth for anything that we've been watching. So just make sure you point that out. Otherwise, right now I want to talk about what are we currently rewatching on our own personal time. What are we personally rewatching? And go for it. Megan, hit us off.
I'm rewatching New Girl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I don't think technically I ever finished it, so it's kind of like I'm rewatching it and some parts are new to me, but yeah, it's kind of like really a time capsule for like 2011. Like a very specific, like everybody's buying clothes at Anthropology with like stripes or like little animals on them, kind of like I think I did have a shirt that Zooey Deschanel was wearing on New Girl. I was like, oh, I actually did buy that at Anthropology. I will say I appreciate a 23 episode season, and I am like on season 4, I think, because I can really plow through 21-minute episodes with no commercials.
Yeah, that's
true. Spoiler alert, I guess, if anybody hasn't seen New Girl. But I'm past the like Nick and Jess hooked up and we're dating and then they broke up, and now I'm just waiting for them to get back together at this point.
Yeah, see, I didn't get much. Like, I think I was around that time when I stopped too. I need to go back and rewatch and finish it out. I kind of know things that happen. Like, I know Megan Fox comes on. I know, Coach comes and goes again and all that stuff happens. But I really wanted to finish it out because it was a fun show,
Yeah, it is.
And I could do like a 23 episode season of a show, no problem, as long as it's like good and it's not a bunch of filler, it actually has some, even if it's a filler episode, it actually advances something in the plot or the characters or something. And usually comedies are probably best for that, in my opinion. I think a lot of like dramas could do with shorter seasons, but like comedies you can go longer with, I think.
Yeah.
But
and I miss the like holiday episodes of things. I feel like we don't do that. We don't do that now because I think, when they want to get into syndication, they don't want to show like a Christmas episode or something. And like
that, and you never know when, because a lot of stuff is going to streaming and it's not always going to, and everything drops at once. So
but it's like, bring back the Halloween episodes, bring back the Thanksgiving episodes, bring back the Christmas episodes. We'll take an Easter episode. I want a holiday. I want holiday episodes.
Give me an Arbor Day episode.
Yeah.
Flag Day, everybody. Let's do this.
Yes, exactly.
I'm rewatching two things, but they're kind of related because I believe that Jesse Armstrong, the showrunner of Succession, worked on Veep, and I rewatch Veep like every year or two because I like a lot of people. I think Julia Louis-Dreyfus is the GOAT. She's Mary Tyler Moore. She's Lucille Ball. She's all those things. And whenever I watch Seinfeld, like I watch it strictly for her because she's, to me, the best part of the show. She's like the best actor on the show. But it's also insanely funny. So, and I can't get enough
like,
of Veep.
Everybody talked about Michael Richards being like the physical character. She was very physical.
She was very physical. Yeah. Yeah. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. It's like the way.
Get out.
Get out the way she pushes Jerry. Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah.
So I'm rewatching those two things. I put on Veep, like, it's like comfort food for me. I've seen it so many times, and I'm from DC, and the stuff that they got right is so amazing. The Dan character is like a lot of people who I either grew up with or like who went on to be like political movers and shakers in DC, and they're exactly like that.
Yeah, I never got the chance to watch it. I think I might have seen a clip or so, but like, when you come into the middle of the show, you're like, I don't know what's going on. I'm not really invested, and I need to start from the beginning. So
At its core, it really is just a workplace comedy, and
yeah,
that is a formula for comedies since the beginning of time. It was like, oh, let's throw all these people. They work at this one place. The office just happens to be the vice president's office, but like, there's never any point where just like, I don't know if that works. Like, no, it's all very funny, and it still cracks me up. So Veep and Succession, and they're kind of related because of the fact that Jesse Armstrong wrote for both, and I love Succession just as much.
awesome. I'm currently kind of going my way slowly through Don't Trust the Bee in Apartment 23.
Okay.
I don't know if either of you have ever watched that, but it is so wacky and so dark funny because it's all about this girl. Everything's going to crap, and she finds an apartment, and she gets in really quickly. And it turns out like the girl down the hall is obsessed with the current tenant, who's Kristen Ritter. And she's like, don't trust that bitch in apartment 23. But she's obsessed with her at the same time. And you find out it's because this girl's like a freaking con artist, and she like plans to steal things from people and like get them kicked out.
Oh,
And the thing is, Kristen Ritter's character is also best friends with the actor James Vanderbeek, who in this is not married, is single, is a horrible person. They're both horrible people, and they're just like really judgmental, and they do horrible things to people, and it's really funny. It's just silly, and it only got a couple of seasons, but it's one of those ones that you watch and you're like, yeah, oh yeah, Kristen Ritter to me big, and this is pre Jessica Jones and other things that she's done. So what would you like if just a random question on this, if you could bring back a show and continuing it, which one would you bring back and continue on?
Meaghan. I've got an answer. I've got an answer.
You can go because I'm thinking.
I want to see, for some reason, a continuation of The Wire, just so I can find out what happened to like all the people from like season 4. Like, what are they doing now? It's like, are they? It's like, is this person like still in the game? Are they like retired? Or I for some reason, The Wire is one of my favorite shows ever. I just would love to see The Wire 25 years later. Where are these people now? It was like, you know what I mean? So that would be my answer.
I think so. Technically it was brought back, but I never watched it because I don't respect it. I would bring back Quantum Leap, but I would bring it back like with like Scott Bakula and like trying to like where he left off, like not like a new not like a reboot, but like a continuation of him.
So I tried to watch that show, the reboot.
I didn't.
It didn't make any sense, and I was like, I think I'm out.
Okay, I watched the entire show, by the way. I really liked it. I liked the concept of it, and where you got to see what was going back at home base as well as what was going on in the league. That way, you're like, how they're going to bring him home. That was like a whole big thing, right? And they were actually like, Scott Bakula at first was like, yeah, I'm not going to be a part of it. Let it be its own thing. And then they finally like wore him down, and he was going to be in another season of it. He was going to come back as Sam, and they were at least going to cross paths, because apparently he never made it home. That was the whole
thing.
He never made it home. So at least they could have crossed paths with him at some point, and then like, hey, like
like a Spider-Man.
Kind of, yeah. Like when they look in the mirror and they're like, hey, that's not your reflection. That's the thing. So what is new to you that you have been watching lately or checking out and you've been enjoying?
This is going to make me sound geriatric, but I actually do like Matlock on CBS with Kathy Bates.
Oh, whoa. We haven't talked about this. I'm not watching that, but I'm like...
Yeah, I started watching it. I was like, I'll watch this because I think I saw like the first episode on YouTube or something. They like put it out early. And I watched it and I was like, okay, I love Kathy Bates, so I'll like watch whatever. And I kind of like the idea of, it's obviously an older woman, and she's like, spoiler alert, but she's pulling some deception going into this law firm, like working there. And like the backstory of why she's doing it is really interesting. And I think the acting's really good. There's like one character I don't like because I find her very annoying, but I think that's kind of the point, is that she's supposed to be super annoying and like frustrating to be around. But I actually do think it's like a really good show, and I do not watch a lot of stuff on CBS. I will say that 60 Minutes is probably the only thing. Also makes me sound geriatric. But
CBS
I
in
do
general, that's who it's aimed at, man.
Yeah. I'm turning 72 next week. So.
What about you, George?
I've got all the streaming platforms, which I can share with you guys. And I'm watching all the Taylor Sheridan stuff. But a show that I didn't watch in the moment, and I'm not really sure why, because I guess it was the talking to the audience. It kind of didn't really do it for me. That every character does that. I'm actually watching The Office for the first time, a show that I did not watch in the moment. I'm on season 2, and for me, I guess because like I prefer the villain in the shows. Dwight is by far my favorite character. I think that's. I tell people, they're just like, "Is there something wrong with you?" I'm like, "No." He's like, I think he's really funny, and like I want to hang out with Dwight. So like I'm in season 2 of The Office, and I'm currently watching that for the first time because I didn't watch it in a moment.
What I love, so I'm kind of getting over the whole like, oh, I'm a documentary crew following somebody around comedy,
Right?
You know, because some of it's old, but there are some good things that make. You've got Abbott Elementary, which is great. You've got like, I don't know if you've seen St. Dennis Medical. That's hilarious.
Yeah, I've seen some episodes.
And it's got the same type of thing. I don't know if you ever saw The Muppets.
Yeah.
They came out with the show. It's on Disney Plus, and it was like The Office, but in the font was The Muppets, and it was all about them.
I would totally watch that.
It was great, but then they like changed writers midway through the season, and it went to crap. And then they were like, "All right, we canceled it after one season." I was like, "Oh, it was started off so strong." But
we can add that to our list too.
Yeah,
there you go, right there. It's on Disney Plus. That'd be a fun one.
I'm here for all Muppets content for sure. I love it.
That'd be something you could just laugh through the entire time. But so what I'm watching lately is there's two things. So the first one is Dr. Odyssey came back. I don't know if you've watched that show. It is Grey's Anatomy meets The Love Boat.
Oh, is that with Joshua
Jackson?
Yes.
Okay.
And Don Johnson as the captain of the boat.
Oh my God! Why am I not watching
this? So all you do every week is a themed week, and you have a different set of people who come on the boat, and it's a story about them, and obviously there's gonna be some medical emergency they've got to fix, and they have like this fully equipped hospital on this boat, but they're like, we got to take you to a hospital. I'm like, you have everything, everything. They've got like CT scanners and X-ray machines. They got everything on this boat, and they're like, we got to take you to a real hospital. I'm like, you are in a real hospital.
They have to take you to a real hospital because they don't take your insurance.
Apparently, that's probably what it is. But anyway, so. Or they're trying to save money because it's easier to pay for, hospital services on like an island somewhere.
Yeah,
totally.
That's probably what it is. But it's a fun show and it's crazy. Like they came back with like after a long break, and it was called Shark Attack. It was a 2-parter, and sharks were attacking the cruise boat, and it was all about because the orca whales were trying to get them to do it, and it's crazy. So the other thing I'm watching, I just finished actually last night, is on Peacock, and it's called Laid. I don't know if you've heard anything about this.
It sounds very familiar.
Yeah. So it's based off of an Australian show of the same name. And so it's about this girl. She's very self-centered. She just hooks up with guys left and right and blah, blah, blah. And then she finds out that, somebody that she dated died. Right. And she's, oh my God. And
oh no.
Then and then she figures out somebody else dies. She starts figuring out that everybody that she's ever had sex with is dying in the order that she had sex with them. And she's got to figure out how to stop it. And
it's like a Final Destination of
yeah. So they have like a murder board and everything. Like, okay, I had sex with this guy, and they're figuring out. Yeah. So and then she meets another guy that she really likes. She's like, I can't have sex with him because I'll kill him. And so it's all about that. And it's a fun show. And I'm hoping, it seems like they might bring it back for season 2. I don't know, but I'm really hoping so. And if not, you guys feel free.
Add it to the list. That's the theme of this podcast. Add it to the list.
Okay, so next up we have what is coming soon that we want to see. So it could be something that's coming up next week. It could be next year. Anything you've heard like through the grapevine is being talked about being made, whatever. So what do you think you're looking forward to seeing, Meaghan?
Well, these two have like already started, but I haven't watched. So The Last of Us, like the new season of Last of Us.
Okay.
I'll probably start watching that when we hit halfway through that season, so I can avoid the discourse on that. And also Organized Crime, Law and Order Organized Crime on Peacock. They've moved it from NBC to Peacock. So interested in seeing how that changes like the tone of the show a little bit. It was already kind of like a little bit more dark, but
you know what that means? It just opens up for more Chris Maloney butt shots.
Yeah.
There you go.
Bring back the butt shots from Oz. Like seeing how, I'm seeing if it's gonna get like more violent or like the storylines are gonna get like more dark. I'm interested in seeing that because I'm a big Law and Order person, so I'll watch whatever. But I love I love the first seasons of Organized Crime. It's really good, and I was kind of like, why are they moving it to Peacock? It seems kind of like lame, but I think they want to do more of like abbreviated season prestige type streaming type thing,
event series type of thing.
But I don't think anybody will look at it as kind of like prestige because it was like a network show.
Oh, George, what about you? What are you looking forward to?
Two things. One that comes out, I guess, the next week or so, and one that comes out probably in the next like year or so. The next week or so is Andor.
Okay.
Like inject that in my veins.
It's so good.
It really is. It's like a lot of the Star Wars things don't really work for me because I just don't like get it. And one of the things I enjoy about like watching these shows in a galaxy far, far away, that you have to have, there's like crappy jobs. People have crappy jobs and like in a galaxy far, far away, and I really enjoyed that. And I think Andor is phenomenal.
I enjoy people's misfortune.
It's like even in the future, it's like, yeah, I've got to have a person to do that. And I like Diego Luna, and I think that show is incredible. So I'm looking forward to that. And then something that I'm looking for, it's going to be coming out, I guess, the next year or so. Is one of my friends is currently working on the Ryan Murphy, John F. Kennedy Jr. TV show. That's going to be like part of like that sort of the Ryan Murphy kind of shows, like whether it's the O.J. Simpson
like the
show
American
or
Crime Story type stuff.
American Crime Story, yeah. It's just going to be about that, and that comes out next year. So
who do they have playing JFK?
I didn't want to ask. I was like, because it's like we're still like working on it. It was like it's kind of like tight lip, and I'm like, either way,
it's like
I'm
NDA territory.
Yeah, exactly. Either way, I can't wait for anything John F. Kennedy Jr. content. I'm there for. I find it all that fascinating.
Well, okay. What I'm getting into, so I just saw this actually, and I was like, "Ooh, I'm getting into this!" Like on Max, Brett Goldstein's going to have a stand-up special coming out. It'll be out actually on the 25th, which is the day this is coming out. So I'm really looking forward to that. This is his first HBO special. I like Brett Goldstein, Ted Lasso. I like his humor, and it just seems like a cool guy. But speaking of tonight, which is Sunday, the 20th. Also on Max is The Rehearsal, which I don't know if you ever saw it. Did you watch that, the first season of that?
I watched the pilot, and I thought it was pretty interesting. You got to be in the mood for that kind of humor, though.
So the first season of it was really weird. It was all about like, what if I adopted a child, and how would I take care of that child, and all these different situations of like what could happen. And so he like hires the whole crew. They have a house. He does a mock-up of like how he would make friends and how he would do. It's really, I think that was what it was, how to make friends maybe. And then there's something to do with the child. It got really weird and strange, but it kept going, and he kept hiring more actors to like play these parts to react and like, all right, today we're gonna do the same thing, except I'm gonna do this time. And so like they had to figure out what was going to be different, and that's what it was all rehearsal. It was basically a rehearsal for life situations. That's basically what the show is. And so season 2 is going to be all about like, what if the plane explodes?
Yeah, I watched it. Yeah, I watched the trailer for that, and I was like, oh, I should watch that.
It's crazy. You should watch the first season. It was actually really good because then it got kind of meaningful because he got really insightful and philosophical about it. And I was really surprised actually because it was just weird, but I just couldn't quit watching. He's such a strange person, but I like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, so thank you guys so much. Tell everybody again where we can find you and when your episodes come out. And
you can find us like on pretty much anywhere where you get your podcasts. We're No Season 2, and you can find us on Instagram and Blue Sky at No Season 2 Pod. I tried TikTok, but I gave up pretty quickly on that.
It's a hard nut to crack. Yeah.
Yeah, and we put out episodes on Friday, weekly. Sometimes our schedule has been a little topsy-turvy the past month. But every Friday in the morning, we're doing Dark Shadows Revival 1991, and it's amazing. You can watch it on Internet Archive. You can watch it on YouTube.
Yes, I love it. It's one of my favorite shows like of all time. So I can't. So I don't even have to like rewatch it. I can just literally just listen. Like, yep, I remember that. Yep. Like I know it that well. So check out No Season 2 every Friday, like she said. And right now they're doing Dark Shadows from 1991, which had 12 episodes, I believe. And before that, they did Firefly, which a lot of people know about that. And before that was My So-Called Life, so which we also did. So if you want to listen to the audio version of that of ours, go check that out as well. Anyway, thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys next time on
Absolutely.
Previously On.